Hey, you to the tube. What is up? Feeling great? Feeling good? That's great. My name is Ricky, aka Richie Rich. That's what they calling me out here. So today what came to me was I just found out 5 reasons why you should get to know yourself. Ricky, why is that? Yeah, why is that? Don't everybody know themselves? Apparently not, but I wouldn't be here talking about it, right? So, what I see around in the world, on my path, people I meet, many of us walk around, and I even have the reason I talk about it if I have family, I have friends, and many of them don't know what they like, don't know what they want, what they enjoy to do, where they are headed, what is their path. Nothing. Just some of them just walking around, not living, only existing. That's a big difference in this life. And why I want to talk about it because I understand that we are different, everybody. Everybody's on their path. I understand, and that's okay. And sometimes we just need to hear something to help us or change our path or something like that. Because when I think about myself, I, well, it's like when you're young and you're in your teenage years, it's like you're just learning to be a human by other people telling you, like, you get lots of ideas or maybe things that you like because other people likes it, your family tell you do this, do that, and you just do what people tell you to do because that sounds they live longer than me, so why not listen to them? I know they love me, so it's a good bet to listen to that, right? Especially if they are our parents or family that's older. You know what I mean? When we're young, we're hanging with the kids in our class, and if they like something and you just want to be a part of the gang, you don't want to be a strange outsider. So it's a lot of things we pretend to like, and we just time goes on, and we like, yeah, we get stuck in things, and we forget why we got into it in the first place. So I feel like from till we're like 18, 20s, then we like start to try out everything we learned. And lots of the things we're trying out, we like, what happened? What was this saying? Why was they telling me this? Because everybody that tells you something that you should do worked for them, right? But you are not them. So what works for them might not work for you. It might be they try to give in your choices and they give it from love and they want you to succeed and their plan, blah, 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 blah. And then that wasn't for you. And sometimes you get older and you're stuck in some things that were never meant for you, but you just follow what you heard, or what other people like. So we sometimes we lose the sense of what we want. We have belief that we think is our beliefs, but when you start to work on it, you find out that this is not my things. That is just something. So when I was young, I wasn't thinking about these things that I'm gonna speak about now. But when I got older and I looked back, because when I was young, I didn't have the internet, and the people around me was all I had. Now we have the age of knowledge, where we can get knowledge instantly, and we can connect with people that knows more about thing we need to know about or want to know about. You know, it's different times. So from like my 25s out to my 30s, now I'm into my 40s. I've been using those time to ask some questions, right? To get to know myself. And why should you get to know yourself? Okay? So, number one is that you start to recognize what you like and what you don't like. And it sounds very easy, right? I know what I like, I know what I don't like. But most of the things, like I said, is just things stuck in our brain, and we just think that it is our thoughts, but it might not be. And how can you get to know yourself and figure this out? And the thing is, like, if you want to get to know a person, what can you do? You have to hang around with that person, right? And you don't get to know a person in a week or a two or three. Sometimes it takes years to get to know a person, right? You can have friends for like 10 years, and then suddenly you just find out something new they didn't know. Maybe you know them for so long and they go behind your back or do some shit, or they surprise you and do some good things. You never know. You never know somebody truly without spending time with them. So if you want to know anything of what you like, you have to be confident in being with yourself. Because many of us, when we are by ourselves, we almost start to panic a little bit. We get that feeling like, why am I alone? Oh, maybe you don't have so many friends. And we start to think all kind of things. But we should appreciate hanging with ourselves. And if you get the time to do it, if you are alone for some reason, get to know yourself. Don't just what we mostly do is we distract ourselves with looking at the TV, binging series. We are on our phones, scrolling, just mad fucks. You know what I mean? We're just ruining the way of thinking, our creativity. Just being engaged with something all the time is not making you better. It's making us dumber in a lot of ways. This technology and always be entertained or always be with somebody, it's it's not too good for us. We need the silence. We need to understand ourselves. And then to do that, we need to hang out with ourselves and ask questions. Or just the best thing you can do is go out in nature, just look out on a lake, on the sea, be in the sun, rain, dance in the rain, just hang with some trees. Many people think, what you gonna do out there? It's just bags. I don't like it. But the energies out there is calm. In form of we being energy, we are human with energy fields all over our body. I think we have like 220 energy places in our body. Like just waves, like the background here. You know what I mean? So our energies is interacting with all these people, and if you're at home, you know, you have your telephone, we have the Wi-Fi, we have all kinds of things sending out certain vibrations and certain signals that interact with our signals, with the energies. So when we are home, if you have problems, if you want to think clear about things, it's harder to think about those things at home. It's a reason why you sleep worse when you're with your Wi-Fi on, and if you turn it off. If you turn off the Wi-Fi, you will have a better sleep. That's for a reason. And when you go out to nature, there is energies waiting for you. Hey, just give you a hug. Trees, you know, all the trees are connected. They are sending energies all the way. They have been there for some trees have been there 50 years, 100 years, and they have been giving energies. Some of a couple of 100 years. You think that they're just trees, but they have a lot of knowledge and they know a lot of things when it comes to energy fields. And your body is going out in nature, connecting with those energy fields, is stabilizing you. Is taking care of your energy fields, calms you down, and make it easier for you to think, feel, understand. Nature is your best friend when it comes to calming down and get to know yourself. Not sitting in a room where it's things everywhere, because out there nature doesn't expect anything of you. You can come however you look. You can wake up just from bed, your hair everywhere, crust in your eye. You know, you go in this dirty old t-shirt, or you go in your clothes. When you go out there, the nature doesn't care. They just welcome you, and you can be yourself 100%. That's why I love to be out there. No judging, nothing. So I will advise you to be out there. And when you are sitting down doing nothing, or it seems like you do nothing, that's when you can start to think clear. You see things easier. Things can flow to you. Thoughts can come to you. It's easier to figure things out. You get this knowing of something Maybe you figured out your next step, what you're gonna do, which choices are you gonna take. And then you can ask questions about, like, if you've been to certain situations and one situation made you sad, one situation made you happy, somebody says something, you got aggressive, you start to ask questions on why did I feel that in that moment? Why did I get angry but for what that was said? And then you realize maybe you got angry at that person, but then out there you recognize that it didn't really say anything to me. It was more the things that was said that made me angry and why. And then you sometimes you're like, it's because of this thing in my past. And things just open up for you when you start to understand yourself. And out there, from the first one I was saying about what you like and what you don't like, there out there you can get some clear view. Of course, you can sit in your backyard and do the same, but you will get a view and you can go in yourself and ask yourself, why am I doing this? Do I really like this? Do I do this because my friends doing it? Am I doing this because my mom want me to do this? Am I taking this path to this work because my dad wants me to be this, work with this? Maybe this work was something he want to do when he was younger, but he never get to do it, so he wants you to do it and live through you. But then you figure out that that's not me. You know what I mean? Ask questions like this. And then you find out and you get more clear what you really like. And then you can adjust. Let me just try to not do this. Let me try to do more of this and see how you feel. If it feels greater, good, do that. If it feels not too good, do less of that. You know? So, and when you find out, let's say this is number 2, okay? When you find out what you want, what you like, or what you need, then maybe to get where you want, maybe there's some skills that you don't have right now, that you find out that if I want to get to this place, I may need to learn about this skill right here. Or just find out. Number 2 would be like, find out what kind of skills do I need to get where I want to go and what I like and what I want to do. Sometimes it's just an easy choice. I want to do this and you do that and you don't need any skills. But let's say you want to play football or you want to do some sport. It's a no-brainer. You gotta do more of that sport. Play football, I gotta play football. But you but if you really want to play football, you need to go deeper. Okay, what is my skills in football? Am I good at running? Am I good at shooting? Am I good at dribbling? You know, if you feel like I'm pretty good at dribbling, maybe I should just train more on dribbling to be my specialty. You know, just small things like that. Just try to make a plan for yourself, like what you need. When I was younger, when I was growing up, I was afraid of girls. I had low self esteem. I was scared of life in general. I was sitting back in class, trying to hide. And then when I was like 12 or something, I fell in love with this girl in class, but I was so afraid. I didn't know how to speak with her. You know, a year and a half, I just went to school just to see her. And when like, I had no one to teach me nothing back then. And I didn't have no balls to ask anybody or to teach me. And I didn't have the balls to do anything. So, at one point, she met a guy. I was heartbroken, you know? But nowadays, we have the internet. So if I had it back then, maybe I could search for people that knew how to speak with women or knew how to behave or act or whatever. Maybe I could learn something, at least try, you know? So back then, I was in love for over a year and a half. I loved her and I had a heartbreak. And she never knew. No woman for me. You know what I mean? So back then, I needed the skill just to be confident, to talk to ladies, to practice, maybe other ladies, but back then I felt helpless, but there was probably something I can do. But everything is happening for a reason, and since that happening, I understood that I don't want that to happen again. I need to do something. I need to train something. I need to learn something because there's something I'm missing. And that should also be you. Try to, if you feel like something is holding you back, you want something but you don't know how to do it, be open to learn from somebody who knows. Because there are always some people that have done the things that you want to do and know some tricks. All right? And the three will be just to, while you're doing all these things, try to recognize when it comes to food, whatever you put in your body, whatever it is, recognize what the food, the drinks, whatever you put in your body, what it is doing to you. When you eat it or when you drink it, do you feel good? Do you feel bad? And that can be tricky sometimes because when you like eat junk food, you feel good at the moment because they are designed to give you dopamines. It's the same as you take some drugs, but and then you can't stop eating. And when you're done eating, 10-15 minutes later, you feel like shit. Just recognize those things. If it feels so good to drink in the moment, but it feels like you don't feel good after, recognize that. You eat something, and after half an hour, you feel great. You want to go out running, get more of that. Just recognize these things. Then you can adjust. Try to, if you love eating pizza, for example, but you know that when you eat it, you don't feel good, try to keep it as a minimum. Try to use that's something you do every 2 weeks or once in a month, like So you have something to look forward to. You know, don't eat that every day. I did that when I was young. I survived it, but on a certain age, you should think about it because it made me feel like shit inside. You eat shit, you will feel like shit. You eat good, you will feel good. Try to recognize what is what. Okay? So when you get all this together, you also get a more you get more confidence, you get more balls, you start to recognize what you are tolerating or not tolerating. So number 4 would be that you find out what you can tolerate. That is what, when it comes to other people, your family, your friends, your work. At work, sometimes we have to tolerate more things that we don't like. But what I mean by tolerate is that by us setting our foot down and say what we feel, and and yeah, if you're just getting shit jobs, if everybody gets it and you are in that profession, then you can't complain. But if you get all the shit jobs and you go to a boss, you know what? I'm getting all these shit jobs. I don't like it. And if you are scared of losing your job, but sometimes you just get more respect and you get better jobs. Same with your friends. If they do things you don't like, try to tell them in a good way so they understand. And if you don't want to change, maybe they get to go. Maybe they're meant for you to have them in your life. If your family always dragging you down, make you feel bad, don't tolerate that. Let them know, and if they don't care, just pull your energy back and don't give too much attention to those people. Same if you have, girlfriend, don't tolerate things that you don't like because they're just gonna run over you, and then you're sitting there in a relationship you don't want to be in because you were scared of losing her, or you were scared of losing him, but you didn't say anything. So now you're like stuck in this thing that you made for yourself because you didn't put your foot down. We have to try to make our life as good as possible as we can do. So you only gotta gain things, but speak in your mind, speak in your truth. If not, you're just in situation you don't want to be in. And you gotta be prepared to just let people go. Because when you shut one door, there always opens another door. So don't be scared of losing things because it probably was not meant for you in the first place. So trust in that. But don't go beyond out there and just say shit around. It must be something real that you feel and mean. So I'm not going to take this too much longer, but number 5 is that you will you will see your path more clearer. When all of this comes together and you are the people you with and you take care of your body and you understand yourself better, you will start to hear your inner voice more and more, stronger and stronger. And your inner voice is like your higher self or God that knows where your dream life is, where you're going. Sometimes the life has more in store for you that you can ever dream about. So, by you following the path, listening to the inner voice, surrender to the universe, and know that they has your back. They know what is best for you and me. They know better what you and me think that we where we are going. Our dreams is like this, but the universe have like these dreams. So if we can trust in that, if suddenly things just come to you, like opportunities to learn things or go to class on something, some courses, and you're like, why should I learn that? If something like that come to you, you just feel like you should do it. You don't understand why, just do it. Because you never know when that will come in handy. Even if it's a language, even if something about training, something about speaking, something about whatever. It can look strange at the moment, but if you get an offer to do something and you just feel like you should do it, sounds strange, just do it because you're probably going to need it. And it's very funny if you learn something and in 5 or 10 years you're just in a situation that you learned back then come handy up then, and you're like, okay, universe, you got me. I understand now. That's a beautiful thing. So try to be your best friend to yourself. That's amazing to be. Your life gets so much better if you can figure out how to love yourself. If you don't do, there's things you can do. I'm gonna try to share all types of things that will make you build your confidence, eliminate certain things in your life that's holding you back. We are getting poisoned with a lot of things through food and things like that. And I'm just gonna try to make us aware about these things. So, yeah, I want to see you do you, being the best version of yourself. And if you're still here, I love you. And yeah, nice to see you here. I see that the time was a long time, but that's how it goes. I like it. So, yeah, I wish you a beautiful day. Enjoy life the best you can and just give smiles to people you see. Be a light to others. And yeah, peace out. Brrrah.